Hi everyone, my name's Ethan with Coreware, and in this video we are going to go over the products taxonomy. Let's jump into it. First things first, you're going to go to products taxonomy, and at the very top level of the taxonomy, we are going to look at department groups. Now, department groups aren't used super often. Generally, what we'll do is we'll actually start you at the department level. A good example of when you might want to use a department group is if you want to separate out all of your virtual product inventory from your in-store product inventory. So that's a really good way to think about that. But again, most of the time we'll just start you off with your product department. These are generally going to correlate with your menu structure and what actually displays to customers on the front end. So generally we'll have like a firearms department, ammunition, gear and supplies, accessories, optics. These are all pretty common ones. Let's go ahead and look at the firearms. Going to have its own separate link name if you want to be able to display all of the products from that department. Under departments, there's going to be category groups. So far it goes department groups, departments, category groups is the next level down. Instead of writing out the whole word category groups, we just write the word groups. So a good example of a category group is handguns, because handguns, underneath handguns, you could have a bunch of separate different layers. You could have revolvers, you could have pistols, tactical pistols. I don't know what all the different options are, but there's a lot of them that could fit within handguns. Shotguns, what type of shotgun? Rifle, what type of rifle? So this is going to be another level down from departments. And then you can also see what categories are going to be part of that department. Now you can assign different categories to category groups as well. You can skip the category group altogether when assigning a category to a department. But if you for sure want to make sure that a category is in this department, this is going to be where you do it. So similarly, you can actually view your category groups as well. And then you'll notice that you have many more categories. So 291, sometimes you might see as many as approaching 500 isn't too uncommon. It really just depends on what distributors you're integrated with, what you're bringing in, etc. So below that, there's also going to be product tags. Product tags are kind of something that sit, I guess you could say, on top of the rest of the taxonomy. Product tags can be used for a lot of things. They can be used for a featured firearm slider. You can actually rearrange where those sit in here as well. Go ahead and go back to the list view. You can make a product tag for something that's a new arrival. Maybe you want it to be internal use only. You can set all sorts of different tags, really just limited by your imagination. Let's go into products maintenance. That's going to be products. So products maintenance, in this case, we have a bunch of filters. Let's go ahead and clear those so that we're showing more than 276. We are now up to 212,980 products in our full shooting sports catalog at this point in time, plus give or take a handful of test products that we've created along the way, event registration products, etc. You will find all of those in here. Filters are going to be very useful. If, for example, you want to see all of your in-stock product, you can simply set that tag, and that cuts down that list quite significantly, you'll notice. Additionally, you could go one step forward and say, I want to see all firearms that are in stock. And here we have a lot more options. Additionally, you can filter by those tags that we mentioned earlier. Let's see if any of those are featured. Nope. No featured firearms that are in stock, so maybe we need to change that. So let's go ahead and go back here. I'm just going to choose something random here. And if you go to the options tab, you can go ahead and add a row under tags here. And let's go ahead and make sure that that is set as a featured product. And additionally, let's go one step further and let's actually say that I want this to be available for the week of Black Friday or so. Let's do 11/23, 2021 through 11/30. Make sure that that's actually on the correct tag there. FFL required is definitely going to be required then more than just those dates. Additionally, let's go ahead and set a specific product category. I'm just going to choose a random one. I don't recommend just choosing a random one, but for the sake of example, let's pretend that this is a baton, even though it is clearly not. A nice thing is you can actually then see which category groups that is a part of, and which departments that is a part of as well. So let's go ahead and click save. So let's go ahead and now make sure that we are looking at in stock firearms that have the tag featured. Great, there we are. So now let's say we want to either add a bunch of those to the featured tag. So let's just go ahead and choose one of these 6-hour air guns, whatever this is, a CZ, arrow precision. And so it says I have 4 selected. I'm going to go ahead and go to my actions menu, go down, tag selected products, featured. Go ahead and click save. 4 products tagged. And let's go ahead and maybe say I want to untag some of those en masse. So I can now see all the options that I have. So let's maybe remove that Remington. Let's remove the air gun. Go ahead and click those. And then I'm just going to remove tag from selected products. I'm going to choose the tag that I want to remove. And those 2 products were untagged. Additionally, you can also add categories in the same way as well. You can see that I do still have 2 selected, even though they're not showing up on this list. So pay attention to how many you have selected, and every once in a while might not be a bad idea to come in here and unselect all. But that is a really good way to manage your categories. You can also manage your taxonomy by going to products, doing a CSV import. This is a really good way to be able to do mass changes in bulk. So if you actually click here, it's kind of hard to see above that choose file button. If you go ahead and click there, you can see all of the valid fields. Valid fields are essentially just valid column headers. So if you were trying to, for example, add a new product category to a particular grouping of products, you're going to need to match up the product code, because that's always going to be unique within the Coreware system. And then for the product category, you're actually going to need to input the product category code into that value for that row. So let me show you where to get that. You can go to products, taxonomy, categories, and all throughout the system, you'll notice a series of things called something code, where it's going to be all capitalized and there's going to be an underscore between word. That is going to be, in this case, let's say you want to mark a bunch of products as air gun rifles and you want them to be part of that category. All you need to do is go ahead and put air_gun_rifles all capitalized into the value for that CSV import, and then simply go ahead and import it, match it up to the product code, and you are good to go. As always, if you do have any questions about this, please feel free to submit a ticket to help.coreware.com. And as always, we will be glad to get you situated. Thanks for watching the video, and we will see you in the next one.